The Steam Engine Kids. Hello, welcome to another story time with Gabrielle. Today I'm going to be reading you a story called The Steam Engine Kids Calling All Engines Childhood Incident. I'm sure you will enjoy this story. It's sort of based on the movie Calling All Engines, but I also wanted to change it in my memories because I'm adding the steam engine kids parents in them back in the old days, way before they were their children were born, and back when Thomas was still alive. When you hear this sound, you can turn the page. Let's begin now. It was a beautiful day on the island of Sodor as Peter, and Taj were playing in the beautiful sunshine when they came to the seaside. Looking over the bright blue ocean sea, they thought it was marvelous. Wow, this is the life, said Taj. Yeah, I could just dive in there and splash around, said Peter. Yeah, at least nothing could be better than this, said Tiago. Then they heard some voices down below. Hey, cut it out. Yeah, what's going on? Hmm, I don't know, but let's find out. It's coming from over there. The three kids went and down, and they saw two diesel engines and fighting and arguing with two steam engines. The two diesels were Ari and Bert, and the two steamies were Valley and Lolly, Donald, Donald and Douglas's mates. Mind your own business, oilheads. What do you call it? Like oilhead. It's stinky steamies. Hey, mind your business. Nobody calls my sister that. Says who? What's going? I wonder what's all that about. Hmm. Looks like they got into an incident, but I think their controller. But we don't need to tell Mr. Stephen Hat. He can handle this. But he's not here. I know, but I don't know how controllers do these things, but they do. Even though that they aren't there to see it, but they probably already know about this. Let's just leave them alone. As Taj and Peter walked away, Tiago overheard them saying something about his grandfather, Thomas the Tank Engine. You know, it's sort of like the time when that little blue puffball when his little green best caterpillar friend knocked down the shed. Yeah, and all your dirty, those stinky steamies, he's blamed us for it. Yeah, what's give? What gives? Knocking down a shed? And what does grandfather have anything to do with this? Hmm. Hmm. Tiago went home and he asked his mom and dad, who were in the kitchen. Hello, dear. How was your day? Fine, Mom. Hi, Dad. Um, well, Peter and Taj and I saw some engines fighting and arguing. Well, everybody argues sometimes, and steamies and diesels have like a thing that they have over arguing with each other. But they were really mean to each other, and I overheard what? Overheard them saying something about someone. I don't know who it is, though. Hmm, well, you might as well figure that out. Well, but I think it would be best if you just forget about it. Besides, that's just their business, not yours. Okay. Lydia walked over to her son. Is there something that they said that you overheard? They said something about my grandfather and a trick that he done and about our home being destroyed. Home being destroyed? Hmm. Oh, I think I know what it is. But I don't think your father can explain. Why not? Well, it doesn't really affect. It sort of affected him from a long time ago. And it was a long time ago when your grandfather was still alive. It was back way before I met your father and before you were born. Or he actually had some. He actually had an incident with something with steamies and diesels, and it affected steamies and diesels ever since. But then he and his cousin sort of finally stopped this whole mess when they finally told somebody. Who? I don't know. I don't know much about it. You might as well have to ask somebody else, like someone who has been here for the incident. Hmm. Later, Tiago met up with Ellison and Gilroy. He told him all about the diesels and steamies who were fighting by the seaside. And my dad sort of must have known about this, but my mom told me not to ask him he said because she told me that dad had this incident with something to do with the steamies and diesels by the sea. Hmm, I don't know, but lately I actually have noticed something. Ari and Bert, the two Diesel twin brothers? Yes. They actually fight all the time. They even fight each other. And they also play tricks on the Steamies and Diesels, like they've always done, mostly on Steamies. They think it's fun because I don't know why, but that's just how it is. I wish I can ask I asked my mom and dad, but they didn't really want to say anything. My mom just gave that look in her eyes and just said, "Oh." And I really want to know what that incident. Yeah. Well, if we can't ask our parents, we can ask somebody else, somebody who does know about the incident. Hmm. I know. What if we ask Sir Stephen Hat? Yeah, but he may not know about this incident. Besides, I don't think he was here for that. Well, it couldn't hurt to ask. Hmm. Well, I guess you have a point there. How about we'll go there to first thing tomorrow after breakfast? Okay, agreed.